Hi everyone, how's it going? So first of all, just bringing one hand onto your stomach, one hand onto your chest, relaxing your shoulder blades, tucking your chin in, length through the back of the neck. Few breaths, just calming things down. Enjoying the rise and fall of your chest. Drawing your knees in, giving yourself a squeeze, rotating the ankles. Take your arms and your legs to the sky, rotate the wrists and the ankles. And then hug your knees back in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers behind your head, lifting your head up. Take your legs to the sky and then crisscross your legs as you lower them down towards the earth. They get really close and they come all the way back up. If it's too strong, just hug your knees back into your chest if you can. Do another couple of rounds, building up strength in the core. Last round if you're doing 3. Do an extra one if you like. And then coming all the way back up to the sky, hug your knees in and squeezing your knees, releasing into the core. Enjoy the energy you've created there. And then rolling forwards and backwards. Coming up to sitting up, and if you can, carefully rolling over your ankles and taking your knees underneath your shoulders, spreading your fingers nice and wide, tucking your toes under, sitting back, giving the balls of your feet and your toes a squidge, a little bit of side to side, palms pressing firmly down into the earth, fingers are wide. Good stuff. Then from here, it might take a little bit of jiggling around with your hand placement and your toes, but if you can, take your knees wide. Check you're happy with your balls of your feet. And wave unload, okay? So the idea is you push your hips away and then go high, 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 and then roll through the whole of your spine. I'm going to nudge my toes back a bit, and then coming into plank, and then your head lifts up. You do lean past your fingers a little bit, and then your head lifts up to the sky. So it's a bit like up dog, but your toes are tucked under. Then you tuck your chin in, and then lead from the back of the neck. So going high, high, high with the spine, tiptoes, pushing away, tailbone away, knees wide, knees are floating off the floor. And then you wave unload again. So tailbone, lower back, middle back, neck, your head coming up. Enjoying the strength in the body, chin to chest. Going back the way you came, knees wide. And then one more round makes it 3. Or just coming to a rest in child's pose if you like. And then tuck your chin in, rolling all the way back. Good stuff. You can hover your knees above if you want more strength. You could knees down, toes away, child's pose. For a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready to go again, tucking your toes under, pushing up, hovering the knees. This time you get a little bit of the way and you bring one knee with you. So right knee floats out to the side. Tuck your chin in, loaded beast, reach, and then back down, hovering your knees. And then again the other side. Really strong. Left knee goes to the outside edge of the left arm. And then tucking your chin in, rolling all the way back up. Hovering your knees. One more round if you can. Still pushing the hips high. Lower back, middle back, neck, head. Chin tucks under. Pushing all the way. And last side coming up. Left knee out to the side of the left arm. Tucking your chin in. And lowering down. Hovering for more strength. Knees come down, toes away, child's pose. And then lifting your head up. Your hands walk all the way in. Toes tuck under and pushing up onto the balls of your feet. Your knees are wide. You come to sitting up. From here, ape reach. So you're balancing, sitting tall, your gaze is ahead of you. Backs of your hands come together, chin to chest. And then inhaling, opening up the chest and the head. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last one. Lifting a little bit higher. Exhaling. I'll go on then. Let's do 2 more. So inhaling, strengthen the legs. Exhaling. 1 more. Good stuff. From here, walking your hands back around to the top of the mat. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, toes are tucked under. And then see from here if you can just take your knees off the floor. So 2 hands, 2 feet, arms are strong, shoulders away from the ears. If you want to take this a bit further, you could take your left hand off the floor and then bring it down, other hand, and then bring it down, other foot, and bring it down, other side, and bring it down. You can go even further. You can take your left foot and your left hand and your right foot, off the floor. Then place them down, other side. Really tough. 1 more round. And then knees come down. From here, a little cat-cow if you like. Just 2 rounds. And then coming back to neutral. And then from here, with beast pose, we can go forwards and backwards. So with your opposite hand and foot, so your left hand, your right foot, go forwards. Then the other side, right foot, left. Right hand, left foot. And then swapping over. And then coming back. A little bit more, forwards and backwards. And then coming back to center. From here, we're just going to spin around and come into crab pose. Yeah, so your fingertips are pointing away, your tailbone pushes back, your chest pushes forwards. And then pretty much the same deal. So see if you can take your left foot off the floor. Bring it down, your right foot. And bring it down, your left hand, your right hand, and then see if you can take your left foot and your right hand, and then back down, other side. And then we can we can move forwards and backwards. So you can take left foot, right hand, and other side. And then back, be careful of the wrists, take it easy. Idea is to try and get your hands and feet to move at the same time. And then back. And then lower your tailbone to the floor, sitting up, hugging your knees in, and let's free up the wrists. So interlacing your fingers and just snaking through the wrists. And going around the other way. Shaking your wrists out side to side, up and down. Backs of your hands together. Really good. Coming back into crab pose. And then we can try something else. So your tailbone pushes back, your chest pushes forward. Your left hand comes off the floor in front of you. And then you lift up through the hips. And then if you can, strengthen the right arm as your left arm hangs over your head. And you level off the shoulders and then the hips come down. So take it easy, do it in stages. So your hips go up first of all, and then you kind of corkscrew and open up. That's 2, lowering down. 1 more to go. Standing arm, the right arm's got to be really strong. Level off, come back down, other side. Lifting up, opening, leveling off, and back down. 2 to go. Last one. Good stuff. So from here you can kind of transition between crab and beast. So if you bring your left hand over, your right leg underneath, you come into beast pose. And then if you take your right hand over, your left leg under, you come into crab pose. Good stuff. And then you can, so that's an underswitch. You can tap underswitch. So right hand over, left leg under, but you tap and switch back to where we are now. Yeah? And the idea is that the contact is at the same. Yeah? So you kind of same time. Touch and back. Other side, right leg, left hand. Yeah? Don't have to take it too fast. And of course, you can keep going in the same direction. So left hand over, right leg under. Right leg over, sorry, right hand over, left leg under. So you can keep going as long as you try and come back in the same position. So your hands and feet shoulder distance. Yeah, you should end up pretty much in the same direction. Good stuff. So coming back onto all fours, knees wide, toes touching, child's pose, mini break. You could come onto your elbows and just free up your wrists a little bit. So child's pose would be just resting your forehead. Because it might be a bit demanding on our wrists, we can kind of just sit here. Still get a nice squidge in the legs, the thighs. Coming back to the breath. Slowing things down. Good stuff. Coming back onto our hands and knees, toes tucking under, pushing up into downward dog, just getting a little bit of a stretch, pedaling out the legs, palms really pressing down firmly into the earth, getting a relax in the back of the neck as well, slight bend in the knees, and then lowering down to the floor. So, beast pose as a starting position. From here, float your knees off the floor, your toes are tucked under, and we're going to do a side kick through, okay? So take it slow. What you're going to do with your left heel is going to come down to the floor so your foot is flat behind you, leaning into your right hand. Your right leg stretches out to the side and your left arm comes up in front of your face. Coming back the way we came. I'll twist around to show you the other angle as well. Right heel down, foot is flat. You make a focus point out to the side. Left leg points, left arm is strong. Hand comes in front of you, like that, okay? So coming back to center, and then we go back to the left side. So left heel down, leg out, you make a point over there, you look over, come back. Side kick through on the other side, okay? Try not to forget about the hands being, and the arms being focus points. Don't rush that bit. So left heel down, out to the side, back, other side. Yeah? So a couple of those each side. Then, if you want to, you can add in little hops, okay? So you go over to one side, and then you can transition. So jump, kick through. Well, they could just be little hops. Doesn't have to be much. Just getting used to the movement, the transition, and then lowering your knees to the floor, knees wide, toes touching. Mini break. Go for a little bit longer if you like. And again, if it's been strong on your wrists, rotating the wrists. Let your head hang heavy though. Good stuff. From here, tucking your toes under. Side travelling, lateral travelling ape, okay? So we've done this one, ape reach, and coming up onto our legs. But if you want to, you can add in travelling from side to side, okay? And to build this up so you don't go into it straight off, your hands come to the side, shoulder distance. So you're leaning to the right, and you can take one foot off the floor and just get used to that transition, that movement, yeah? One more. Arms are strong, wrists are strong. And then you can add in a little hop. Yeah? Let's do a couple more each side. and then the other side. You can prep it up as well, a couple of goes. And then when you're ready, good stuff. And then just taking a mini break here. However you like, you can just stay in this squat and resting your chest onto your knees, or you could come into child's pose. One more breath. Good stuff. So you can go forwards and backwards in ape pose as well. So instead of your knees being wide, they're more together, and you just these little hops. Your fingers can kind of claw in, acting a little bit as brakes. You can turn around, other way. Good stuff. Placing your hands down, maybe child's pose, releasing through the thighs. You could even have your knees together, arms alongside your body. A couple of breaths. Good stuff. Bring your hands to the top of the mat. If you need more of a break, maybe just pausing the video and having a good couple of minutes to let things die down. Toes tuck under, downward dog. From here, taking your right leg up to the sky, bending the knee, opening up the hip. And then your standing foot, your left foot goes onto tiptoe, and your right knee goes even higher. You're trying to reach the knee as high as it can go. And you level off, foot down, swap over. Straight and strong with the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, tiptoe on the right foot. And then coming down, and then we can make the transition. So you take the right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, tiptoe, and then you carefully open up to the side. So I guess that's a bit like Wild Thing, isn't it? Making sure your left arm is strong. But you transition over, your hand in front of your face, back to here. And then you can come into crab pose. So being careful of this left wrist so you can wriggle around and reset. So then you could be in crab pose to do some transitions and move on. But let's come back and do the other side, okay? So legs are strong, left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, knee to the sky, tiptoe on the right foot, bend the knee, take it up nice and high, and then carefully opening up to the other side, full scorpion, adjusting your hands, tailbone back, and then coming back to center. Excellent stuff. So from here we can just tie it in with a few transitions, okay? So beast pose, left hand over, right leg under, crab pose, just reset back to center. Then we can go for full scorpion here. So left leg under, right hand over, go nice and high, opening up, lowering down, hands adjust, feet adjust. Then the other side, right leg, and try not to, I made a big swinging motion there, try and take it a little bit calmer. Lifting off slowly, opening up, scorpion, lowering down, back to center. Hands come over, loaded beast, side kick through to the side, jumping other side. And then floating forward, and then the other thing we can do is front kick through just to finish. So you look up to your hands, and your right foot replaces your right hand. So you swap over, lunge forward with the left leg, and then come back. Left hand you look at, left foot gets ready. Here with the hand to the side. And other side. One more round. Good stuff. So there's a bit, or quite a lot now for the first video. So see what you think. Take it easy on the wrists. Have a nice practice and coming back to the breath. So to close, you could knees together, toes tucking away, hands on your thighs, backs of the hands come together. Namaste.